I love that idea of giving them smaller tasks that are not necessarily the make or break tasks that you have on your plate. That's a really strategic, simple way to get started in developing that trust. When there's a toxic team situation,
Mm.
which I know you've done work and maybe you've come across more toxic teams than you care to mention, what, if anything, can be done? Is this a situation where there is a possibility for redemption, or do you have to kind of cut your losses sometimes?
Both. I think first, just to talk about sort of briefly what is a toxic team. So, teams that are toxic, you sort of know one when you see one, but they have a lot of unresolved conflicts, right? And if conflicts are not resolved, that will actually wear the team down. Or secondly, maybe you have a lot of poor interpersonal skills, because the skill set needed to be a good team member versus being a good individual contributor are not the same. There's overlap, but it's not the same set of skills. And so if you don't have good productive team behavior norms, that can also be toxic. And then lastly, sometimes in teams, you see members who take advantage of what I think of as a flywheel, right? So they're just putting in the minimum amount of effort to keep that wheel going around. It's also a dumbed down team. But if you're on a team like that and you're a high performer, high achiever, that's not a place you want to be. So if you see those things going on, what can you do? Well, understand the team will only improve if the team members want it to improve, right? So if it's just you and no one else is unhappy with the situation, nothing's going to happen with that team. But you can, I would check in with the team and see how they respond to the idea that performance could be improved, and see if you can get a team commitment to dealing with the three issues that I mentioned earlier. And then if the team won't do that, if they're not interested in changing their behaviors, I then have to think that it's time to think about leaving the team. And if that's the case, it can be hard because you have to be aware of any office politics about leaving the team. But hopefully you trust your manager enough that you're able to have a conversation there about potentially other ways that the objective could be accomplished using fewer resources. And if the team is really that bad, I'm sure there are multiple other ways that we can get the needs of the team charter met.
So it sounds like you have to hit it head on, have those conversations if you're not the manager or leader with that person, with the team themselves, see if you can get buy-in towards a positive end. And if not, you have to do some soul searching, look for other opportunities, and it maybe part ways or find another path for you, like many people do, of
Exactly.
course.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.